What if the vegetables you eat every day, the ones you've always thought are good for you, are actually speeding up the aging process in your brain, legs, and immune system? Many seniors are experiencing precisely that. The fact that most people are ignorant of it is the worst part. From Senior Health, your one-stop shop for healthy aging. Greetings, I'm James Rowan, ND. In today's video, we're going to share a truth that might change the way you think about eating healthily. Most of us were brought up to believe that vegetables are always healthful, and in general, that is true. However, beyond 60, things start to alter. It slows down. Inflammation levels increase. Nutritional absorption declines. In a subtle way, some veggies can suddenly do more harm than benefit. Some may raise blood sugar levels. Others cause irritation to the stomach lining. Some even damage the small blood arteries in your legs and brain. These alterations over time lead to poor circulation, fuzzy thinking, balance issues, and a higher risk of falls. A study published in the Journal of Gerontology claims that eating specific foods, especially vegetables, is linked to rapid memory loss and decreased mobility. These foods are not unusual. They're probably in your kitchen right now, but don't be concerned. The purpose of this video is not to evoke fear, because there is a vegetable that you should start eating for everyone you could need to avoid. It is based on a solution. That's what we'll talk about. If you value your independence, intelligence, and legs, you should avoid these 3 vegetables. You should also eat 3 vegetables to support circulation, nerve function, and everyday movement. This isn't related to a diet trend. By applying science and making healthier nutritional choices, you may do so with vigor, clarity, and confidence. As a physician, I've seen it much too often. Tell me where you're coming from today, please. Please feel free to post a comment below and ask any questions you may have before we start. To ensure you don't miss any of Senior Health's best health tips, don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on notifications. And if you're with me, please let me know. If this video speaks to you when you're watching it right now, leave a comment below. Type 0 if not. Healthy eating elderly adults who yet experience weakness, dizziness, or amnesia. Additionally, it's not always about what people need. It has to do with what they didn't realize they needed to stop doing. That is what we are here to fix. Stay with me then. If you're ready to discover which vegetables are good for you and which are bad for you, we'll start with one of the most common and misleading vegetables on senior meals. An excellent place to start is with the white potato, one of the most common and comforting vegetables on senior dinner plates. White potatoes can be mashed, fried, or baked. White potatoes are a nostalgic favorite. They are familiar and comfortable. They go to almost every family gathering. However, if you're over 60, this starchy staple may be indirectly compromising your health. Why? White potatoes have a high ranking on the glycemic index. This means they become sugar very rapidly. This causes crashes and rises in blood sugar. As a result, your blood vessels are stressed and your body is inflamed. Your smallest capillaries, especially those in your brain, legs, and feet, start to suffer as a result of that inflammation over time. This raises the possibility of impaired circulation, delayed nerve transmissions, numbness, cramps, and balance issues. Please take Harold. He is a retired truck driver who is 72 years old. He ate mashed potatoes every night. He said, "I never gave up on anything." After that, he started to notice changes, waking up with tight knees and numb, cold feet, and having trouble standing solidly, especially on stairs. He thought it was just getting older. However, as part of a routine examination, we looked at his meals. The pattern was obvious. White potatoes were gradually decreasing his circulation and increasing his inflammation, especially when combined with cream or butter. This is not only about calories and carbohydrates. It has to do with white potatoes' shortcomings. Antioxidants and other nutrients safeguard your cells. Their light appearance indicates poor resistance to oxidative stress and cell damage. Adding cheese, sour cream, or bacon pieces makes it worse. Increased heart strain, high blood pressure, saturated fat, and salt The good news is here. Harold made one adjustment. He replaced the mashed potatoes with boiling broccoli. The green powerhouse, soon we'll talk about it. After just 2 weeks, he had less stiffness, better circulation, and greater self-assurance when walking. The idea is that comfort food need not be foregone. Just pick your comforts carefully. Meals that lift your spirits and support your health. Thus, pause before. Eating a large quantity of white potatoes. Is my legs becoming stronger, or are they getting weaker in silence? Next up is another vegetable that is generally thought to be healthy. Yet it may be irritating your joints and nerves from the inside out. Let's talk about a veggie that can be limiting your range of motion and triggering joint. Inflammation. Even if it looks harmless and even pretty, we're talking about eggplant. Eggplants belong to the nightshade family. They include tomatoes, bell peppers, and white potatoes. As they age, many persons over 60 become more sensitive, particularly those who suffer from nerve discomfort, arthritis, or tight joints. Night. Shades are fine for some folks, though. Why? It all comes down to the naturally occurring chemical solanine. Solanine is used by plants as a defense chemical to repel insects. But it might irritate your body, especially in joints that are already vulnerable. Your knees, hips, and lower back. In older folks, the effects take time to show up. Nothing exceptional, just usual wear and tear. Your joints may feel swollen in the morning. You can feel as though your legs are heavy. The stairs could feel more challenging. Your body feels uncooperative and rigid, not due to your weakness. Solanine can cause low-grade inflammation that lasts in joints, muscles, blood vessels, and neurons. And the issue is this: eggplants are found all over, roasted, grilled, or stewed. They sneak into meals without you noticing. The real danger. Solanine may slow down signals from your brain to your legs. This causes slower reactions, worse balance, and a higher chance of stumbling. But this is more than just the physical. It's emotional as well. You start avoiding stairs. Because you fear that your body won't be able to keep up, you decline to go to social events. The good news is that there is no need to trim any night blinds. However, if you have nerve issues, joint pain, or stiffness, it could be wise to cut. Eggplant for a few weeks, remove it, observe your feelings, less stiffness, increased vitality and better balance. If so, a trigger has been found and removed. You also have some great options: leafy greens, carrots, zucchini, and cruciferous. Veggies like bok choy and cauliflower. Limitations are unrelated to this. Accuracy is crucial. Choosing foods that enhance your mobility, mental clarity, and relationship with the people you care about. Here's another nightshade vegetable that, despite its ostensibly healthful appearance, can be draining you. Now, let's talk about another vegetable that might not be as harmless as it initially seems: the green bell pepper. It is colorful and crunchy and is commonly used in salads, stir-fries, and wraps. However, elderly persons may experience subtle issues with green bell peppers, especially if they have joint pain, digestive issues, or nerve irritation. Why? The answer lies in lectins. Lectins are naturally occurring plant proteins. They protect plants from insects and predators, but they can do minor damage to the human body, especially to an aging body. Here's how. Lectins stick to your stomach's lining. They cause minute holes that allow unwanted particles to enter your circulation, irritate the gut wall, and hinder the absorption of nutrients. This sets up a low-grade immune reaction. Leaky gut is a disorder that produces inflammation, especially in the joints and nerves. The challenging aspect is inflammation, which appears gradually and silently. You might have stiff ankles. Maybe you're a little wobbly. Sometimes aging isn't the only factor at play. The worst part is about to happen. Green bell peppers are just unripe red, yellow, or orange bell peppers. They're doing well. They might be more dangerous and offer less protection, especially for people with weak joints or digestive systems. Does cooking help? A little, but not enough. Additionally, because bell peppers are usually eaten raw or barely cooked, the risk still exists. Should you stop eating green peppers? Not always, however. Try to stay away from them for 2 to 3 weeks. Next, search for better balance, less bloating, and more clarity in your thoughts if you experience joint discomfort. Gastrointestinal issues or fogginess, that is growth and real criticism. This is the alternative. Red, orange, and yellow bell peppers, they include less lectins and more antioxidants. Including as beta-carotene and vitamin C, they have more. Nutrients are sweeter and are friendlier to your body. The lesson that was learned. Don't let food scare you. Learn how your body handles it. We'll then examine vegetables that are beneficial to your brain, intestines, and legs. Let's begin with one that is surprisingly potent, crunchy, and brilliant orange. Let's switch topics and talk about carrots, one of the most undervalued veggies. In your kitchen, as a snack or side dish, they are easy to prepare, colorful and crispy. However, this is what most people fail to notice. Carrots are not just a colorful and handy vegetable. They are sturdy, especially for older adults who want to maintain their vision, leg strength, and mental clarity. Why? Your body transforms beta-carotene, a strong antioxidant that is abundant in carrots, into vitamin A. Especially when exposed to low light levels, vitamin A helps keep the eyes healthy. Furthermore, as we age, we become more vulnerable to macular degeneration. It is a condition that damages the retina, making it more challenging to read, drive, or recognize faces. But here's the good news. Diets rich in beta-carotene can assist you slow the deterioration of your visual acuity and independence as you age. The benefits of carrots extend beyond eye health. They also protect your nerves and blood vessels, especially in your feet and legs. How? Antioxidants included in carrots fight oxidative stress, which damages nerve endings and capillaries. This leads to better coordination, stronger brain-to-muscle communication, and a lower risk of tripping or losing balance. When you have good nerves, you walk more steadily on uneven surfaces, curbs, and stairs. You feel more secure. You stay confident while you go shopping, hang out with friends, or go outside. No hesitancy, no second guessing. Vitamin A also strengthens your immune system, which is particularly crucial around the age of 60 when your body's defenses start to wane. Yes, that handful of baby carrots and that dish of sizzling asparagus are more than simply a snack. Every day is an investment in your freedom. Now let's talk about getting ready. Steaming retains nutrients better than boiling. Roasting olive oil enhances vitamin absorption. Avoid deep frying and overcooking. It breaks down the antioxidants. The best aspect is that carrots are easy to store, affordable, and available all year round. You do not have to eat exotic superfoods. You need smart staples. Carrots are also among of the best. So, the next time you're putting together your meal, remember this. One orange vegetable may improve your legs, immune system, vision, and freedom to live your life as you see fit. Harold will be interviewed in the upcoming episode and will demonstrate the one vegetable substitution that significantly improved the dish. His strength, his knees, his equilibrium. Let's talk about broccoli. One of the best vegetables for aging well. It is not conspicuous, it's not fashionable. For seniors, though, it's a silent superstar. Your brain, joints, legs, and blood flow are all protected by broccoli. Why does it work so well? Sulforaphane, to put it plainly. Broccoli and other cruciferous plants naturally contain a chemical called sulforaphane. It increases detox enzymes, lowers cellular inflammation, and supports heart and brain health. What makes that significant? Because inflammation becomes a silent enemy. Everything is affected as we become older. Memory, blood pressure, tense joints, and fatigued muscles. Sulforaphane helps stop it before it does damage. In addition, broccoli is a fantastic source of calcium, vitamin K, and fiber. These minerals strengthen bones, keep arteries flexible, and help with digestion. Unlike white potatoes, which increase blood sugar and hinder circulation, broccoli has the opposite effect. Both have been stabilized. Let's speak with Harold, our 72-year-old retired truck driver. He would eat mashed potatoes every night. Then he made a change. He replaced them with a cup of boiled broccoli. At first, He wasn't sure what to expect, but after 2 weeks, he felt more energized all day. His knees felt more stable, and his legs were less bloated. He went so far as to say, "I no longer fear the stairs." The right veggie can accomplish that, and it's not just bones and joints that benefit. Broccoli also supports mental acuity due to its antioxidants and folate. Broccoli reduces brain fog, fights oxidative stress, speeds up nerve transmissions, increases reflexes, and improves coordination. It's not only about broccoli's health advantages, it's equally crucial to consider what it helps you avoid. By preserving blood sugar stability, crashes can be avoided. Fighting inflammation helps protect your heart. Enhancing digestion also enhances the absorption of nutrients. How you cook matters. Long-term boiling destroys sulforaphane. Steam or sauté a little in olive oil for the best flavor and nutritional absorption. Harold was affected by that one. Change. Standing, walking, and thinking. Everything seemed more potent. No vitamins or medicines. Just a fork and a vegetable. Thus, if you want to improve circulation, vitality, and clarity, start with broccoli, a leafy green that keeps your legs light and supple, improves your vision, and stimulates your brain. Comes next, spinach. Let's continue. Greetings from spinach. Among the strongest greens you can consume, you've heard that it's healthy. However, eating spinach is not only healthy, but it's also a wise choice if you're over 60. Why? Since it tackles 3 of the primary problems related to aging: decreased circulation, diminished muscle response, and declining mental function. Why does it function? Natural nitrates. Spinach has many of them. These plant-based compounds in large blood vessels. This improves circulation, especially in the legs and brain. Increased blood flow is associated with more oxygen, stronger muscles, faster reflexes, greater focus, and more fluid movement. And it is important. They don't initially have weak legs because most people fall. Initially, slow signals are employed. When your brain and muscles cannot communicate fast enough, even a small step might be fatal. Restoring that system with the help of spinach makes mobility safe and simple. But it doesn't stop there. Spinach has a lot of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that help protect your eyesight. They support the macula, the central region of your retina that gives you clear, detailed vision. As we age, macular degeneration becomes a major worry. When you can't see well, you stop walking with confidence. Operating a motor vehicle, you pause. You miss faces and words. Spinach preserves that clarity. You remain independent, involved, and active as a result. It also contains folate, magnesium, and vitamin K. These support neurological health, emotional stability, and bone strength. While it is true that spinach increases mobility, it also elevates mood. Now let's talk about getting ready. Is boiling spinach too long? A poor idea. Nutrition is depleted. As an alternative, gently sauté with olive oil or add raw to smoothies. These methods protect the antioxidants in vitamins and improve their absorption. No, you don't need a pound of spinach. Eating just 1 little handful daily can make a big difference in blood flow, brain function, and coordination. The next time you write off spinach as simply another leafy green, keep this in mind. It's not just about eating. It acts as a catalyst for independence. With each serving, you protect your memory, vision, balance, and ability to live fearlessly. Best of all, it's affordable, flexible, and easily available. We'll then tie everything together and show you how the right vegetables can quietly safeguard your future 1 mouthful at a time. Here we are, then. Over the past 5 minutes, the vegetables you might eat every day have been evaluated. Some of them safeguard your legs, while others gently affect your memory and balance. Let's go over. After 60 white potatoes, let's start with the vegetables you should avoid. They spike blood sugar, worsen circulation, and exacerbate inflammation. It contains selenine, which can aggravate joints, nerves, and coordination. Lectins included in green bell peppers cause minor discomfort and hinder digestion. The ones you should consume more of are these. Carrots. They improve vision, cognitive clarity. and neuron connectivity. Broccoli, it helps to reduce inflammation, strengthen bones, and stabilize blood sugar. Spinach, it improves circulation, sharpens reflexes, and aids in maintaining vision. When considered collectively, these choices may seem insignificant, but they have an impact on your mobility, mental clarity, and ability to be independent. And let me remind you of Harold in case you're thinking, well, it's too late for me. He is 72. Every night he ate mashed potatoes. He had stiff knees. He was unsteady, and he believed that was the nature of aging. Then he changed only one thing. He substituted broccoli for potatoes. He made his lunches include spinach and carrots, and he wasn't just feeling better after a few weeks. He was living more confidently, thinking more clearly, and moving more effectively. That is the power of making well-informed decisions based on science. Expensive supplements are not necessary. A sophisticated diet is not necessary for you. You must be consistent and clear. Since each bite counts as a vote, either strength, vitality, and independence are being voted for, or weakness, inflammation, and decline are being voted for. The good news is here. Every day you have another chance to cast your ballot. I have a question for you now. Which vegetable caught you off guard today? Did you frequently eat it, or have you been avoiding it without understanding its advantages? Tell me in the comments below. I've read them myself, and I'd be interested in knowing your thoughts. If this video was helpful to you, please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any more advice on being free, thinking clearly, and aging well. Keep this in mind. You're not stranded. Your body is constantly paying attention to what you give it. Additionally, every wise decision you make conveys a straightforward yet impactful message to it. I remain here. I'm still concerned.